Welcome back to more Lord of the Rings Online and more Summer Festival quests. In this episode, I'm going to be doing the famous keg races here. And if you come to the stable in Thorin's Hall, or outside of Thorin's Hall, you can take a pony to the keg races. So let's do that. Alright. And here we are. Pretty cool place. Pretty spiffy. I like that big giant statue there. If you look at the map, though, this is an instanced area, which is fine. That's all good. So let me talk with this fool right here.
I am at your service.
Ho there, you are here to try your hand at guessing the fastest contestant, are you? I wish you the best of luck. Alright. And then let me talk with this gentleman.
Hear me out, traveler.
I'm so angry I could shout. The dwarf kicks vigorously at a nearby wagon. I keep playing the races. Every time I select the dwarf I think should win, and every time, without fail, that dwarf loses. What sort of terrible idea for a festival was this? I hate festivals. To make matters worse, every time I lose, I fly into a blind rage and seem to throw something off into the distance. While it feels wonderful, I often realize that the items I flung was my own. Will you please help me find my missing goods? Here's a brief detail on how I spent most of my day thus far. Alright, so he's pissed off. I can understand it because this is similar to the Hobbit races that I did in a few episodes ago. And it's very frustrating. Let's just leave it at that. But let's read this while we wait for the next race to start. Here's a list of things that I lost when in my blind rage. Mining pick. I first favored Colmar. I followed him closely around the racetrack and then he just stood there, slow as a snail while everyone else tore ahead. He came in dead last. I may have left my pick at that spot. Arg, my blood just boils just remembering it. Shield. Next, I thought Otto looked to be in fine form. I stood at the finish line cheering and waiting, but Otto never came. I thought I had my shield with me then. Since Otto had performed so atrociously, I figured he would have plenty of stamina for another round. I chose him once more and followed the racers along their path. He was winning, and then he lost. I remember standing on a platform and gazing into water, livid, and that was the last time I saw my spear. Mug. Cygnar seemed like a good candidate, so I followed him, and indeed he was very well, until he got 3/4 of the way around the track. At that point, I went for a swim to cool my rage, and I tried to drink when I was done, until I realized that my poor ale had leaked out into the water, nowhere to be found. Lucky Jewel. Finally, I chose Lar. He'd won nearly every time that my champions lost. I knew he would come through for me. When all else had failed, I don't need to tell you how that went. I walked to the bridge with my lucky jewel in hand and contemplated casting it off into the deeps. I was so sad that I do not remember what happened next. I hope I did not toss it off. Alright, so let's pick up a few items here right away. There's the shield. Okay. And what have we got here? Got the jewel. He did not toss it off into the abyss. That's good. Good for him. And before I collect some of the other ones, I'll just wait for the race to start, because I'm sure it's along the racetrack somewhere. Or actually, you know what? Screw that idea. Let's go find it right now. So there's the spear. Love the music in here. There's the mining pick. Finally, there's a mug somewhere. There it is. Alright. So let's head back and turn the quest in.
What is the meaning
My
of
things.
this?
Spear, shield, mug, everything. Thank you, Kippen. Now I can get back to my sulking without needing to worry about my missing goods. Alright. Excellent. So I'll do some editing here until the race starts. So see you in a little bit.
For your assistance.
Here for the festival, are you? Well, as you may know, our main event is the Keg-hopping race. This contest shall pit 4 drunken sots, that is to say, Find an upstanding dwarves in a fight to the finish. The finish line, that is. We don't let those fellows anywhere near axes or other sharp implements until they've had a chance to sleep it off. Pick a lively looking contestant, and let's see if you've got the eye to spot a winner. So let's take a look at the contestants here. Yeah, they look pretty hardy. We got Colmar, we got LOTRO, Cygnar, and Otto. And again, this is kind of like the Hobbit races, but instead of eating food, they'll be drinking ale. And there is a deed to win the race with each one of these. And of course, there's a quest to win with each one of these. So I'm going to do a lot of editing here until I get a winning race with each of the 4 dwarves. And I'm going to just start here at the right and work my way left. So I'm going to start with Colmar.
Come and stay a moment, friend.
Well, Kippen, good day to you. It is often said that there is nothing better than a fine summer weather. Though it is a little balmy for my taste this time of year, I am sweltering where I stand. These lazy summer days can drag on, which is why we look forward to the festival events. This year, inhabitants of Thorin's Hall are racing to finish the Keg-hopping race event as quickly as possible. If you want to know a secret, I think I know who is the fastest. I believe Colmar is a sure thing this year. A friend of mine saw him down a whole keg, then keep right on dancing. Would you like to support Colmar? I would if I were you. Alright, so let us wait until the race is ready to begin. And there they go, they're off. All 4 of them drinking, wiping it off their mustache. We got 3 frozen ones here in the back as Otto takes the lead, heading to the second keg here. He is doing well, but the other 3 are catching up. Ho ho, I don't know if I can go on. Otto may have ran a little too fast after his first ale here. And we got LOTRO taking the lead into first place as he heads into the 3rd keg here. And some of the other dwarfs are catching up, including my wager, Colmar, over here. Hopefully, he will take a victory. I'm getting too old for this, and it looks like Colmar is too, as LOTRO is able to maintain his lead heading into the next keg here. Hopefully, my champion will catch up soon, but this guy shows no sign of stopping. What a champion. He's just going from keg to keg, running like there's no tomorrow. Now he's a full station ahead. He does show some sign of slowing down as Otto appears to be coming right behind. And my champion, Colmar, in 3rd place. Will he be able to catch up? I don't know. He is falling behind a little bit as LOTRO makes his way around and is catching some steam here. Otto and Colmar walking it off here. These 2 are pretty close together, but I don't know if Colmar is going to be able to catch up with them. It looks like this may be the final station. And LOTRO looks like he has a very sizable lead, although Otto is right on his tail. Colmar, my boy Colmar, a little too late, and this is going to be a photo finish right here as LOTRO barely beats out Otto for the number 1 place. So as always, if you lose the race, you can get a consolation prize. You get 1 summer token, and if you win, you get 6. But at this point, I'll do editing to show victories with each of the 4 dwarves. You can do this once an hour with a 25% chance of winning. So it's going to take me a long time to record this episode. It's going to take forever. It really sucks. But you don't have to sit through all that. You just get to see the winning laps through the magic of video editing. So see you for the next race. Here we go once again. Will Colmar take the victory this time? These dwarves are at the first station. Who's going to take the lead? Looks like Colmar and LOTRO are moving on to the second station while these other 2 fools are lagging behind. Who's going to come out on top here as the first? It looks like Colmar is running straight to the 3rd station. This may be the race that he comes out on top of. The only person within his sight is LOTRO, but he doesn't care. He's just going to keep running to the next one. Let's hope he doesn't have to stop and puke. All that alcohol and all that running certainly do not mix well, I would think. He is walking to the next station. He's going to take a little bit of a breather here. Going to slow down. He doesn't want to overexert himself, but look at this. Out of nowhere, Cygnar right on his heel. He's taking a breather here, but will he be able to catch Colmar? That is the question. Oh, and he's about to surpass him. Colmar saw him behind him and immediately started running so he could get to the next station. And he is off to the races again. He's only got 1 more station after this, guys. Will he be able to maintain his lead? It looks like Cygnar is not showing any signs of stopping. He really wants that win. He's going to go for it. Colmar is going to walk it off, and Cygnar is going to have to do the same. Meanwhile, LOTRO and Otto are actually making a comeback here. But Colmar is at the final station. Is he going to be able to push through to the finish line? He is pausing here. Cygnar may be able to take this one home. He's going to walk it off. Colmar is going to run to the finish line. We finally have a victory, guys. Colmar has won the race, and so have we.
Greetings, traveler.
I see you had some luck at the keg races. Allow me to be the first to bid you congratulations on your excellent luck, Kippen. Here's your reward. Great. So I'll see you guys at the next race, and we'll pick a different dwarf to support. Alright, so next up we are going to be trying to support LOTRO.
Welcome. You have come at a most fortuitous time.
Well, Kippen, good day to you. It is often said that there is nothing better than a fine summer weather. Though it is a little balmy for my taste this time of year, I am sweltering where I stand. These lazy summer days can drag on, which is why we look forward to the festival events. This year, inhabitants of Thorin's Hall are racing to finish the Keg-hopping race event as quickly as possible. Who do you think will win? I think LOTRO is the strongest candidate. I don't know that I have ever seen a faster dwarf, nor less quenchable thirst. If you agree, you should select him. Alright, so I will be supporting him in the next race as soon as it starts. Let's give him a cheer here, shall we? It is time for another round of keg racing. Will LOTRO finally win? I've been trying to get him to win for a while. Cygnar has won like the past 5 races, and LOTRO just has not pulled through for me, but he has an early lead here. Can he keep it? Now, there are patterns to this race that I will explain to you. The fastest thing that somebody could do, of course, is run from station to station. The second fastest thing is if they stop for a second after they drink, and then they'll run after that. And then the slowest thing they can do is walk from one station to the other. So you can kind of pay attention to what's happening there. But we got a dead heat race. So he ran straight away and he stopped for a breath. He's going to run, so it's not the slowest thing he could do, but certainly gave our opponent Cygnar an advantage. Again, Cygnar has won like every race so far, and he's taken the second option here. Looks like we're back to neck and neck. This is a very close race. Will LOTRO finally pull through? Let's give him a cheer. He certainly needs it. And he's walking. He chose the slowest option possible. Meanwhile, Cygnar chose the fastest. We are in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in trouble. He chose the slowest one here. So if LOTRO runs, we may have a chance. We may have a tiny chance, but it doesn't look like it. It does not look like it. It looks like Cygnar is going to win this one. Or will he? Or will he? Right at the end, LOTRO pulls through and wins the race. Finally, with Cygnar only a few steps behind. I am so excited to be done with that.
Well met, friend.
I see you had some luck at the keg races. Allow me to be the first to bid you congratulations on your excellent luck, Kippen. Here is your reward. Alright. So I got 2 more dwarves I need to win here, so I'll see you at the next race. Next up, we are going to be trying our luck with Cygnar.
Welcome. You have come at a most fortuitous time.
Well, Kippen, good day to you. These lazy summers can drag on, which is why we look forward to the festival events. This year, inhabitants of Thorin's Halls are racing to finish Keg-hopping race as quickly as possible. Who do you think will win? So you want my opinion, do you? Well, I'm not supposed to tell, but I'll make an exception. Cygnar comes from a long line of experienced drinkers, you see. I don't see how anyone would be able to best him with a heritage like his. Would you like to support Cygnar for this round? It is a wise choice. So I will do so once the race begins. Let me give him a nice cheer here to get things started. And they're off again. Who's going to take the lead? Who's going to fall behind? Who's going to have an opportunity to catch up? Looks like our boy Cygnar takes the early lead here. Definitely not going to be complaining about that. Meanwhile, we got some stragglers all the way behind there. And that one froze the very hairs on his beard. He's going to take a rest, but then he's going to run to the next station. Meanwhile, these 3 took the slowest option from 1 to 2 by all 3 of them walking. Again, if they run straight to the next station, that is the fastest option. The second fastest option is a quick pause followed by a run, with the slowest being a simple walk from station to station. And here we got Cygnar increasing his lead, might I say. But the other 3 dwarves are slowly coming in. Cygnar takes the slowest option to the next station by walking, opening up the door for Otto here to possibly make something happen. and increases prestige here at the game. But he also chooses to walk, so it's not really going to catch up with Cygnar much. And the other two are kind of lagging behind. Let's see how Cygnar does at the keg on the bridge here. He's going to take a quick rest before running to the next station. Not terrible. Not terrible. And here we go. We only got 2 more stations, so we may have picked a winning dwarf here. Let's see what he does after this one. Hopefully he won't walk. He's going to pause for a second, and then he's going to run, as Colmar is really making a push here to maybe win the whole thing. But we got the final station here with Cygnar. What's he going to do? And Otto is coming in behind him, and Cygnar should be able to run here pretty soon. And there he goes. Looks like he's going to be winning this round. We have picked the correct dwarf. Cygnar has won the race. Excellent.
Greetings, traveler.
I see you had some luck at the keg races. Allow me to be the first to bid you congratulations on your excellent luck, Kippen. Here's your reward. So the final dwarf I need to support is Otto the Outstanding.
Welcome. You have come at a most fortuitous time.
Well, Kippen, good day to you. It is often said that there is nothing better than a fine summer weather. Though it is a little balmy for my taste this time of year, I'm sweltering where I stand. These lazy summer days can drag on, which is why we look forward to the festival events. This year, inhabitants of Thorenthal are racing to finish the keg-hopping race event as quickly as possible. Who do you think will win? If you want to know a little secret, Otto is undoubtedly the strongest candidate. I do not think I've ever seen him without a mug in his hand. Just between you and me, he is a stout dwarf as ever there was. Alright, let's cheer for our man Otto over here, and hopefully this race will get started pretty soon. And here we go again with another race. Will Otto finally win this one? Let's hope so. He's the last dwarf that I need to win, and he's taking a quick breather before moving ahead. It looks like LOTRO is going to take the early lead. Meanwhile, my boy Otto and Colmar over here are tied for second place, and Cygnar has fallen out of favor. And Otto looks like he really wants to catch up, running straight to the next station, but LOTRO is leaving nothing to chance by running to the next station as well. But Otto is also not giving up on his dreams of coming in first place, chasing tightly behind, but LOTRO shows no signs of stopping. He's just running. He's running like there's no tomorrow, and Otto is really mad about that, so he's going to keep chasing too. Now, our friend LOTRO over here is having to pay the price. He is walking to the final station, as Otto, after a quick breather, is going to be able to run past him and take that coveted first place lead. The question is, can he maintain it? Looks like he's chugging that beer. He's going to wipe it off. What's he going to do? He is running straight to the next station. Meanwhile, LOTRO is walking. That puts Otto in a very sizable lead. It's going to be difficult to catch up now, especially as he's about to cross the finish line. The question is, will LOTRO run past him? There's still a possibility that LOTRO steals this away, but no, he's going to walk, and this assuredly is going to give Otto the victory here, as he's going to push for the finish line any second now. There he goes, sprinting past the finish. Otto has won the race.
I am at your service.
I see you had some luck at the keg races. Allow me to be the first to bid you congratulations on your excellent luck, Kippen. Here's your reward. Sweet. So we're finally done with all the keg racing here, and I finally got the deed for it as well. And there's actually 2 more deeds here. I don't understand what that is. Oh, I have to win with each hobbit and each dwarf 3 times to get these deeds. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. I might have to do that at the next summer festival, because it took me forever to record these episodes, but we'll see. Alright, well that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. In the next one, it's probably going to be the final summer festival episode for 2017. I'm going to do some fishing, and then we'll go on and move on to better things, so see you next time.